Hello, I'm Bill Hoffman. I've been a member of the Goodlettsville Cumberland Presbyterian Church since 1971. I'd like to show you some of the facilities we've got here and kind of give you a history of when they were built. I have chaired the building committee. As far as I know, I'm still chairman of the building committee. I came on when we built our sanctuary in 1975. This is what's known as the old sanctuary. It was built in 1904. The original was built in 1902 and burned, and there was a building here before that because we acquired the land in 1850. So this building was built, the original church burned, the new one was built in 1902, it burned, this was built in 1904, so it's 114 years old. And it is our chapel, more or less. The youth use it. We use it on Wednesday night services. It's a beautiful old building and with a great amount of craftsmanship that went into it. It's hardwood floors. As far as we know, those are original pews. We've got stained glass windows. Just a beautiful building. We're standing in the second addition that was done to our old sanctuary. Originally, the classrooms were in the rear of the church with a partition in between the church and the classrooms, which has been removed. But this addition was done in 1950, which added classrooms for class for adults and for children. Down toward the other end of the addition, which was done 2 years later, 1953, are our other classrooms, additional classrooms, restrooms, and it contains our church offices. We're currently in the children's building, which has nursery and a room that used to be used for junior church. It was built in 1962, just a few years after Brother Joe Vickers came here as our pastor. It's a block building, one story, and it was a great help when it was built. We're standing in our, what everybody refers to as our new sanctuary, which was dedicated in 1976. It seats approximately 350 people. It has a 44-foot ceiling, a lot of wood as you can see, a large stage across, and this was a great addition. We moved from our old sanctuary into this one in 1976. We're standing in our main foyer, which is the entrance to our sanctuary. It was built in 1981, as well as the foyer, which is on the far end of the building. And it also included a fellowship hall on the lower level, which is now currently promised land for our kids. We're currently standing in our addition. It was built in 1981. Our fellowship hall was below us, and we added this group of classrooms up on the second floor, which has been a great help. They're all used on a regular basis for a community hour. This is the Challenger classroom. It's the largest classroom in our church. We have around 60 members and generally have around 40-45 attendees on a regular basis. This is also part of this addition that was built in 1981. This is one of the 10 classrooms that were added on this floor. The great benefit of this, which was the most expensive addition that we've done, is that it ties all the buildings together with the exception of our gymnasium, which a person can come into this building, go to the nursery, take their children in, and come to the sanctuary and back without having to go back outside. We're standing in front of our Joe Vickers activity building, which was donated by a family that was in our church. A piece of property was given and it was sold, and was enough to cover the construction cost of this building. It was approximately $750,000 in 1986. It's a beautiful building. It contains an NCAA-sized basketball floor. It's used almost every day. We have a running track, a weight room. We recently added a kitchen on this lower level. It's a beautiful building and used almost every day, if not at least 3 or 4 times a week. We're standing in our courtyard, which was an addition that we did a few years ago. It ties in the Joe Vickers activity building to our main building. This monument contains the 10 Commandments, It was donated by the family of John and Linda Combs in loving memory of our family that has gone before and in honor of our children and grandchildren.